Greetings and welcome to Nerdsmith Presents 9 Hells of a Good Time event. 12 one-shot episodes featuring 12 different DMs and 48 different players over the month of October. Hi, I'm Zach. You find me on the Nerdsmith public Discord where I run one-shots. My pronouns are he, him. You can also find me on Twitter, not Discord, Twitter, at DuskFadeRuid. One thing that I'm working on right now that I'm really passionate about is every Friday, I'm in a Ghosts of Saltmarsh stream on this same channel. And one interesting thing about me is I am a fan of sloths. So I will now go around and introduce my players. We can start with Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I am a cosplayer and streamer on the Littlest Giant on Twitch and Littlest Giant _ on Twitter. One thing interesting about me is I have a 20-pound cat, and he is probably currently screaming behind me, but I can't hear him because I have headphones in.
Fantastic. Go with Velvet then. Velvet, do you want to do your introduction? Seems like you're frozen, so we can get back to you. We can go with Andrew.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Andrew J. Alandy. Pronouns are he and him. My Twitter is Andrew J. Alandy. That is at Andrew, the letter J, and then Alandy, Alandy. One project that I'm passionate about. I'm a figure in the SoCal anime convention scene. You might have seen me host a lot of different smaller conventions, and I'm also one of the guys behind the Late Comedy Showdown that happens every year at Anime Expo. One fun fact about me, I'm also known as Duralath. I'm one of the known American commentators for Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and I've been playing that since 2002.
That's awesome. Punicorn, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Punicorn, and on Twitter I am Punicornicopia. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm one of the thread raiders. So the thing that I'm passionate about right now is that we're doing an Extra Life stream over the first weekend in November, and I will be leading an overnight stream where like a couple of my musical friends and I will be singing at each other and well into sleep deprivation. And later in the weekend, I'll also be playing in an all-puppet D&D game. So definitely check those out. They will be ridiculous. And my interesting fact is that I have a child who's almost as old as how long you've been playing whatever game that was. Street Fighter? Sure. Yep.
Okay. Well, it seems like Velvet's having some trouble with their mic. So we can... Velvet, are you able to hear us? Doesn't seem like, but that's okay. We can come back to them as I do a little bit more of a spiel. So we are celebrating the release of Wizards of the Coast module Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. Tonight's episode... Sorry, my mic went messed up. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Wold Anvil, the most robust campaign management software on the market. There are new exciting features and ways to support the creativity and world building. Light up the forge with World Anvil. We're also sponsored by Die Hard Dice, purveyors of finest polyhedrals in the multiverse. They come out with new sets all the time. Each one is incredible as the last. We're able to hear you, Velvet. So I'll finish this one and then we can... Perfect. We come with all new sets all the time. Each one is incredible as the last. You can win each set of the brand new. You can win a set of the brand new Brimstone set. Enter the code #ScrapNow. If you want to roll with the best, then check them out at dieharddice.com. Special thanks to Will Crosswait composing our intro song for us, and Angela for making our wonderful intro video. You can find them on Twitter at crossweightmusic and darling_gypsum, respectively. Tonight is the 7th standalone episode of the epic one-shot series, 9 Hells of a Good Time, a 12-part exploration in the newest D&D supplement, Baldur's Gate and Avernus. We hope that you'll join us for a ride in all 12 adventures. You can catch past episodes on Twitch VOD or on the Nerdsmith YouTube after they've aired. So, we'll go back to Velvet. Do you want to give your introduction to the audience? Seems like they're having some trouble. But that's okay. I can introduce the as it goes, and then at the end of the stream, we can have them introduce themselves, as we'll all be doing at the end. So, this begins on a train, screaming through the air, falling through a cloud of demons and devils, and crashing into the ground, a cloud of smoke, and shreds of shrapnel abound. You can... you are all in the same car as you're hitting the ground, but you are rolling and trying to hold... It's pretty quick before you hit something potentially soft. You hear a splash around you as you landed in water. You can see around you there are anyone who is in here or was in here is not in here anymore, but the 4 of you have survived, thankfully. But the car you're in is bobbing in this water and slowly moving downstream. So, as you are floating along here, you can see out the windows an expanse of a river, and any water that splashes in has a thickness to it, and when it evaporates, which it does, it's hot down here. You hear the sound of a slight bit screaming. It seems to the river seems to divert as you're continuing to bob, and you begin to see around you a slowly climbing wall of shredded metal and viscera. There's like parts of demons around, and you are bobbing in the water here. So, as you are bobbing in this stream river of water, why don't you each introduce your characters?
Nobody wants to go first.
Don't be shy. Amanda, unfortunately, we're not able to hear you. Yes.
Sorry about that.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, sure.
Okay, I have to be
No worries,
on
Velvet.
the Discord window for this. That's meant a lot. I'm playing Rune. I am an Earth Genasi druid, and
You cut out again. Unfortunately, I'm not able to hear you, Amanda, sorry. I heard it was an Earth Genasi.
yes. All right, I'm an Earth Genasi druid who had prepared a bunch of water controlling spells, but then was like, hey, we're in the Hells. Who needs water controlling spells when you're in Hell?
I think Constellation won't be water for long.
All right, I am Bruval Battle Belly, a mountain dwarf barbarian. Who I'm a bit of a collector. So I'm, 4.5 feet, kind of, dwarf size. And it's hard to tell. I'm either like super muscly or I'm just covered in like pockets where things are stuffed in them. It's hard to tell. Yeah. You will find out more later, I am sure.
All right, I guess I will go then. My name is Kyros Valkion. I'm a dirty human, which means I'm just a human being. Of your standard size, 5'11", 198 pounds. Not necessarily a hothead, but probably should think first before going to strike. Sometimes going after the enemy results in more trouble than it should be than if I just waited a little bit. But we'll see what happens as time goes on.
I'm playing Augusta House, a half-elf rogue. She's dressed in a pretty classic pinstripe suit with this very great hat. But she prefers to talk her way past problems, at least until the other party turns their back.
Excellent. So, the four of you are currently floating in a river. The water is choked with things in the water. It's difficult to really discern. What are all your passive perceptions, by the way?
12.
11.
15.
Okay, and Rune, what was yours?
16.
16. Okay. So you can all see out of the smashed windows of this train car that's floating down this river. There are, not going to, they're little reddish skinned, winged figures that are picking through these mounds of metal around. And Rune, what you hear in the distance, amongst the sounds of your party trying to stay stable, keeping this train car afloat, is a soft singing. It's beautiful and distant. You also hear a sound of an engine, and you all can see a shadow move over the top, and you hear a yelling cry, "Yee-hoo!" And a crash on the distance. You can't really see what it is, just a cloud of smoke where it was, but something went overhead. So, what would you all like to do as you are floating down this river?
Approximately how far are we from the shore?
You can see that this entire river is maybe 60 feet across. It's probably 20 feet to one side and 40 feet to the other.
All right. Rune's going. Does she see everyone who's in the water with her? All four or all three of them?
She would, yeah.
All right, then she's going to turn to them and call out, "Wait 1 second. I think I have an idea." And then she's going to go underwater and use her beast shape to turn into a crocodile. So her craggy Urchinasi Sin kind of turns into scales, and she'll make her way kind of back to the top and go for whoever is closest to her to try to swim them over to shore.
Okay. Now, you are all floating in here. You go out into the water, right? I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me once you hit the water.
Well, at least I'm good at that. "19.
Okay. you hear immediately once you hit the water a like high-pitched screaming of a cacophony of screams as this definitely is the river Styx for you, the player, and a strange effect to withstand that. So you swim around and try to pull the train car closer to shore.
Yes. Get into my big old alligator mouth.
Okay, sure.
And I would be looking around, like, is there anything that I can like lasso a rope to on the shore? Like, I don't want to go in the water. I don't really.
Make a perception check.
Nine.
Unfortunately, you're not really able to see too much that you think that you'd be able to get a good foothold onto, or at least a good lasso onto, as it's moving pretty quickly down the stream river.
Is there anything that I can see that I can latch on to, maybe just like try to swim across to physically?
Around you, as you're currently in this train car, or maybe you are on top of it, depending on how you immediately reacted to hitting this water and bobbing around in it. There's not much in the way floating around other than this crocodile that you had seen, and you're all familiar with each other enough to know what that meant.
The crocodile, is it in any sort of threatening position? Like, does it think we're prey, or is it about to attack us or anything?
It seems like your friend Rune. So no. So Rune, I want you to make a strength check. Augusta, is there anything that your party is scrambling to get to shore?
I've scampered up to the top of the whatever is left of the car to avoid the. And I'd follow suit and try to find something I could.
Okay, sure. Around you, the things that are in the water are bits of cloth, cushions, bodies, but nothing substantial.
I also have a javelin. If I could like tie the rope to a javelin and you know sink it into something.
You can definitely try to do it. Yeah, make an attack roll.
I got a
What'd you get, Rune?
15.
Okay. You are able to maneuver yourself into this somehow. Are able to maybe clamp your jaws around a bar on this rail car and begin to pull this rail car closer to the edge. What'd you get, Bruville?
I got a 23.
Yes, easily. You are able to sink this, and it sinks in pretty deep. And you test the weight of it. Seems like it's pretty well in there, and you're able to help Rune pull yourself closer to shore. And once it hits the side, it like lodges up onto it, and you are all able to get off of this rail car if you'd like.
Certainly, I'm going to make my slow crocodile way up the bank of the river.
Okay. As you do, you let go of this rail car, and everyone had gotten off of it, not really finding anything within that was of use. The rail car begins to slide and then goes back into the water, splashes a bit, and continues downstream. And now you are on the bank of this river. There's jagged metal around you. You see in the distance small winged shapes as imps or something else. And the ground beneath you is cracked and reddish.
I retrieve my javelin and rope.
Yes, easily.
And
There is actually pierced on the edge of your javelin is an imp.
oh, look at that! I got one.
Well, this is
Ew.
a little less hospitable than the train was, but I'm sure we can make do.
What the hell is that thing on your javelin?
It's dead.
Very true, very true. Well, is everyone all right at least?
I
All things
suppose.
considered.
Let's not do that train again. Again, please. I'd like to be on solid footing for a little.
Well, I certainly won't argue with you there.
Yeah, that one's gone.
I suppose we should make our way somewhere.
I'm gonna-
Do we see any, like, doors, I guess?
Who wants to make a perception check? I'll allow one person to make it. To kind of look around.
Someone should look for a
I-
door.
I wouldn't mind doing it, but
Sure.
if anyone else, okay.
Go for it.
$24.
Okay, you don't see any doors. Well, you do see doors of machines, car doors, essentially, but they're not intact, and they're not situated in any kind of hospitable way. The sky above you is choked in smoke, and you hear in the distance another vrooming noise, and you can also see a cloud of smoke kind of move downstream, and you see a machine in full ability to move stop again on the bank, and stepping out of it is some kind of thick figure wearing overalls and some kind of hat. And they seem to be green-skinned, thick, and oval in appearance. And with them are two, they look like the size of like small bears, but they're covered in armor, and their face appears to be leech-like. It's just a circle of teeth. And these
Ew.
these two creatures lash out these tongues and reach across the river and wrap around the train car, making it drag it to shore. They haven't seemed to notice you yet.
Well, the good news is there's plenty of doors. Bad news is I don't think any of them are of use to us. And also, and she nods over, we appear to have guests.
I can use doors, and I'm gonna take out one of the doors and like lay it down on the ground like a sled and start stacking other doors on top of it, and like fix a rope to it. So I just have like a stack of doors that I can take with me wherever.
Sure. Yeah, and you're pretty strong, so you're able to carry a good sized stack of doors.
Rune sees it makes her happy and kind of gives her a little hand.
Kyros' eyes are fixated on the figures that have just appeared. He's reaching for his bow, realizing that he knows if he shoots now and asks questions later, it might lead to trouble. He's just keeping himself prepared to strike in case there's hostile action.
Augusta, are you doing anything specific?
I'm following Kyrus's lead and kind of keeping a wary eye on our guest.
Okay. You can see, as you all are kind of watching and staying hidden as best as possible, you're pretty far away, so you're not sure if they would be able to see you even if they looked over, as long as you're staying still. They drag this train car to shore and begin to affix something to it, like a chain, and this it looks like this machine that this individual was driving, it looks like what you as a player would call like a pickup truck, but there's like rocket launchers on the side of it and spikes abound, and they all get the two bear-like creatures jump into the back. The green-skinned figure gets into the car and begins to peel out and pull this train car up and begins to make their way away.
Well, I hope nobody left anything on the train car. That's difficult to.
Oh no, I left my books. Darn. Alligators have no pockets. It just doesn't work out at all.
I've got plenty of pockets.
Well, next time I'll ask you for help.
I didn't offer help.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Bad of me to assume. And they're leaving? They're gone?
Yes, you could see you see a cloud of smoke where you could assume that they're going. It's easy to track them, but it's slow going. It seems this rail car is heavy enough to make it not so that they can move at a quick pace.
Well, we may as well follow them. Maybe they have more things we can take. I mean, people we can talk.
I mean, I was trying to suggest we go the opposite direction, but that's good enough for me.
There's things everywhere.
Look, we might need to follow them. We don't know anything else around here. They might lead us to something, so it might behoove us to just follow safe distance, though. We're not getting too close, otherwise, well, I might have to start swinging.
You're going somewhere interesting.
I'm completely
Might
persuaded.
as well follow.
They were on the opposite bank, but you could definitely see where they went.
Oh, okay. Well, we could follow them along the bank stealthily.
Sure. Are you all in accordance with that, going stealthily along?
Agreed.
I mean, I'll go along. I don't know how stealthy I'll be.
Sure. So you could all roll your stealth checks as a d20. Plus your dexterity and if you're proficient in stealth.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay, that adds a plus 10 to your roll. As you're within 30
13.
feet. Okay.
My car door sled is very quiet.
Perfect.
22.
I got a 20.
Okay.
Sorry, was it D20 plus what again?
Plus your dexterity, and if you're proficient in stealth, it would be that plus your proficiency.
Okay. 10 plus 4 plus 7 is 21.
Okay. You rolled a 10 on the die?
Yes.
Okay, and that's plus 10 as well. So you are all very stealthy. As you make your way along this bank, getting away from it when you have to, as it's pretty uneven. It's pretty slow go, but you are able to see the smoke in the sky trailing along. You see on the opposite side, about a half hour of walking, a ramp on the opposite side, and then a ramp on this side as well. It seems like the person you were following was the one previously that had jumped over the river. And you can follow, essentially, as this individual is going, and dragging that train car is leaving a pretty good path. And an hour later, are going along. Any imps that are nearby don't seem to really even notice that you're there. And they're muttering to themselves and tossing scraps, picking out skulls and like looking at them, picking out any bits of meat, and just kind of scrap like seagulls in a landfill. And then you see where this river pools, and you see a bridge going from the land onto this pool of water that is maybe 200 feet across, and in the center of it is a pile of viscera and trash and metal, and on top of it is a rudimentary house made of scrap metal. You can see the car, as it were, this vehicle is sitting there. You see the two creatures with the leech-like faces just kind of moving around, and you see the train car just kind of propped up in the water, chained to a heavy anchoring point. But you are not. You're on the opposite side still. You're not on the bridge yet. So what you could do?
Did they all go inside?
The two bear-like creatures are still outside, just kind of patrolling, it seems. Rune, you can tell that around both their necks there's something glinting in the hazy sun.
Well, we should get closer and take a better look. They appear to have, I don't know, something around their necks. They look shiny.
Did you say shiny?
Yeah, maybe some sort of symbol or something. Maybe they're
Dibs.
like a club.
I call dibs.
What do you guys think? Augusta?
Definitely agreed we should get a better lay of the area before we get...
I'm in concordance with that too. Let's get a little closer. Not too close though.
All right, then we'll sneak up.
Okay. The lip of this wide bridge, and you can see that there are two other bridges on this island. It's kind of going from this island onto the mainland, and you can see a trail where this vehicle seems to go through. And then you begin to hear the sound of a banjo.
Well, that's delightful. They must be having a party or something.
Do you go over the bridge?
I will go down to the water and get some of it in my bucket, and then I will go up and across the bridge with everyone.
Okay. You are able to collect some of this 6 water.
And I'll leave my car doors. I don't need to take them across the bridge.
Is there like I forget the bridge? Is there anything like high sides that could keep you partially obscured as you're going across, or is it as soon as you step on it, everyone can see you?
Unfortunately, it seems like if you were to step on it, it is just scrap metal, just kind of bent together. There's no real sides to it. It is very rudimentary, but firm. I mean, you could assume he drove across it.
That's all right. I'm real short.
Well, all together then, or should we send Ruval over first? Because very short.
I'll go alone. But if I'm going alone, you hold the bucket, and I'm taking a car.
Well, I mean, I think that would kind of undo the short sneakiness of it. Maybe we should all go.
It's environmental camouflage. I don't know what accent that was.
I mean, it was kind of persuasive, but
We all go. It makes more sense. I don't know if separating at any point is the right idea. But there's strength in numbers. If we get ambushed, if there is an ambush somewhere, at least we're together. Look, I don't know any of you, but wherever we are, I think you're my best chance of getting out. So I might as well take you with me.
That's a good point. Buddy system never fails.
all right, then I guess we'll all go across. Any choices on who goes first? I mean, I can go first. I'm very large.
I will go first together.
All right.
Bruville is helming this charge as the rest of you follow behind. And the bridge does creak as you begin to go on it, but it stays firm. And are you trying to be stealthy, or are you staying firm and trying to be as quickly as possible?
I'm leaning towards stealthy.
I think we're gonna roll with stealthy.
Agreed. We don't want to give up that advantage right now.
Okay. So if you all can roll a stealth check again, the passenger chase would have worn off at this point, I believe. It only lasts an hour, I think, right?
12.
Yeah, an hour.
Yeah. Okay. So just a d20 plus your dex and proficiency if you're proficient in stealth.
Rolled a 19 with a +7 in stealth and dex +4. So 19 + 7 + 4 is 30.
Okay. You are silent.
$16.
25.
Okay. You are all fairly quiet. Any noise is drowned out by the sound of the ambient noise of this place, that banjo noise. It's not very well done. It is.
How can you tell?
It is kind of like.
Of course it is.
As could be expected.
Oh, we are definitely in hell, if I'm hearing that.
One of us is going to be eaten.
And you notice that you hear a guttural noise from within. Do any of you understand Abyssal?
No, but I do have a lot of guttural noises.
I
Okay,
do not understand.
It sounds, in the sense that guttural noises could sound pleasant, and you can see those two bear-like creatures begin to bound across over to the door, and you see the door is kicked open, and you see that greenish entity step out. You're closer, so you're able to see them. They look like a large frog, a 10-foot tall frog, wearing a trucker hat that says "Get Smoked," and overalls. Its big belly is kind of jiggling as it steps out, holding a banjo in one hand and a rather large bucket in the other, and it just sits down and begins to toss these chunks of meat towards these creatures that their tongues lash out and wrap around this meat and pulls it into their mouths. And yeah.
Oh, look, there is puppies.
Well, what now? I mean, it has a bucket too, so maybe we could be friends?
I have completely lost the accent. Yes, I also have a bucket. I'm going to keep walking up.
Okay.
Definitely gonna follow too. I'm gonna back you up.
Are you gonna go out into the open, or are you gonna kind of try to stay? It's not an even mound, so you would be able to, as you get to the island, get to a hiding position, or would you like to just be out in the open?
I would love a hiding position.
Sure,
Yes.
easily.
I'm going to walk up so that they can see me and they can see that I am not a threat.
Okay.
And wave a
And Rune and Augusta? Who do you follow?
I'll walk out too.
And Augusta, are you following Kairos into the hiding position? Not really shadows, but it is hidden from view. Or are you going to keep with Rune and Bruville?
I'll follow Kairos
Okay,
or Kiros.
sure. The two of you are able to kind of hunker down behind a jagged piece of metal. It seems like as you get into this portion, you see that it kind of goes down, and there's a bit of a bed in here. There's like some cushions that are stained with something, and there's a bit of there's some skeletons within here, crushed and eaten, and squeaky toys. As Rune and Bruville make their way out of the open, both. I say hit because when telepathy goes into your brain, it is kind of abrupt, and the way that they both speak is obscene. Not in the sense of what they say, but how they say it, where it's like intruder. But the frog-like entity turns as the two snarl and drool. Says, "Well, well, well. It seems like some visitors. Tucker, Dale, stand down."
Hi, I like your hat.
Thank you very much.
I also have a bucket.
You do. It's a proper bucket. What brings you to my junkyard?
I just point at the train.
You were on that train.
Well, for a
Interesting.
little while at least.
Did you see my brother? He was helming that train.
Have we seen his brother?
Does he look like you?
He does. You might have gone incognito though. You don't remember any creatures like him. On this train, you did fight off some shadowy, demon-y entities, but otherwise, it was pretty much that. And then you heard other parts of this train with fighting was going on, but you were kind of keeping track of the other side of this.
I'm sorry, I don't think we saw him.
That's unfortunate. He owes me money.
Well, hopefully he's okay so he can pay you back.
That's a proper sentiment. Well, so you were on that train, and you're here now. What say you do me a job and a favor, and I can lend you a way out of this here junkyard.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to be here.
I think everyone comes where they're supposed to go for a reason, and you're here to find what this is. You see, there's some kind of little sparkly creature that's been wandering around these junkyards singing a song, and I don't like it. So what I'd ask is if you can find it for me and bring it to me.
Like, in pieces?
Well,
But it sounds so cute.
I'd prefer if you brought it whole. I sure am interested. Oh, what the hell has caused such a racket? If you brought it in pieces, I mean, that would be no fun.
Got it. Do not cut in half.
Now, if you do bring this creature back, I can lend you a war machine, a hell machine that I've been working on. Not mine, that one's... Bessie's a good one. You can't get that one. But I have been working on another one, and I can give you that one, and I can also supply you with a soul coin to power it.
Oh, well, that
admittedly,
sounds impressive.
Yes. Just bring that creature to me.
Rune, can you drive?
Drive? No, I can't.
Maybe, we have other friends here. Maybe one of them can drive.
There are more of you. That's good to know.
Yeah. Somewhere.
It looks safe enough, Augusta. Should we reveal ourselves? It doesn't seem like that being over there is a threat.
Hey, other people.
I think they were a little nervous to come and say hi, but you seem nice enough.
Is that so? Looks can be deceiving, but I appreciate the sentiment.
You're welcome.
Augusta, let's join up with the crew. It makes no sense to be split up here. It looks like they've figured out something. I'm not sure what, but they haven't lost their heads yet. So let's...
He begins to retune his banjo.
How can you tell?
I'd say we'll pop out and make a grand entrance.
Okay.
Why not?
In which case, how do you make a grand entrance?
Are we up like a little embankment, or it's like a little ditch?
I'd say you're more of a ditch.
I think just rise up out of the lip of the ditch as best I can, doing the little princess wave.
I am, you know what, gonna forego a grand entrance. I'm just gonna get out of the ditch. Any wasted motion for me right now is not gonna be fun. All right, now my goal is just get to the others. So I'm running in. Have fun with your grand entrance, and yeah.
Well, bless your heart. Proper show for some. I like that. Did you hear what I had said, or were you plugging your ears?
Well, I wasn't plugging my ears. I heard enough of it. You need us to do a job. Well, you basically have the right people. I don't see anybody else here. What exactly do you need? Dead? Alive? Tell me details.
Preferably alive.
In one piece.
I mean, it sounds adorable, so I don't want to hurt it too much. If we
sounds-
have to, okay, but
Look, it's adorable. I get it, but we need to get out of here. We don't belong here. Or at least I don't belong here. If this is our way out, we need to take it.
Is that a
That-
yes?
Tell us where we can find this banjo playing figure, kind sir.
Well, the entity seems to stay as far away from my place of residence as possible, and whenever I get close, it seems to vanish. So maybe kind-hearted folk like you can get it out of hiding, coerce it into coming to me.
That's going to be interesting. I am not a gentle person by any means. I prefer hitting things. Like Rune and Reveal, that I believe those are your names. Are any of you good at coercing things to come out? I mean, Rune, it seems like you like the being. You might be able to coerce it.
I mean, if it has the right disposition, otherwise I might have to kill it a little bit. But hopefully not. Hopefully it's as nice as it sounds cute.
I can be very intimidating.
Ain't that we have to hurt it, we just have to figure out what it wants. Whether it's a bard or a siren, anything that sings wants something from you.
Maybe it's hungry.
I don't share food.
Well, we might have to this time if we want to bait it out.
I don't share food.
So the being disappears, and it disappears when you get close. Is there any way to lure it out? Any way that you know? Sir?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I know I don't like it.
Have you seen anything else get close to it? Like, is it only afraid of you, or does it have, like, friends?
No, it seems to also avoid the imps. And my two
Okay.
companions here.
Well, we heard it playing. Easiest option: go towards the sound of the banjo playing, and let's see what we can find. What do you guys think?
The sparkly thing that we're going after was singing, right? And the frog is playing the banjo? I've never said
Okay.
that.
Right.
That's what I
Yes.
thought too.
I must be confused. My apologies. Well, let's go wherever it is, wherever the sound is. That makes the most logical sense.
I
Do we?
heard it a while ago. Maybe, yeah. It was kind of when we got out of the water. I heard it a bit.
Do you remember which direction that was in?
Do I?
I mean, it was definitely upstream. You think you've been
Yeah,
traveling
like
for
that
about
way.
an hour and a half away.
Okay, I kind of point. I'm like, yep, about that-ish way.
So we're all in agreement. Do we all want to head that way? Best chance of finding this thing and bringing it back.
Y'all need a lift.
Yes. Or can we have a boat?
I don't have a boat, but I definitely can take you in the back of my machine and take you closer, if you know where it is, so as to not spook it. But
And maybe we can learn how to drive.
Not a bad idea. Let's go for it.
sure, if one of you wants to come into the cabin with me, the cabin of my machine, that is. I can show you how to operate it.
I think I'm good. I'm not much for machines.
I would love to learn how to drive this.
Fantastic. He yips, and to the two leech-faced bear-like creatures that kind of lick their teeth with their barbed tongue, one of them scampers off and away into the across one of the bridges and away, and the other one hops in this truck. My name, well, most individuals call me Dread Ted. You can just call me Ted if you like.
Well, Ted, it's a pleasure. My name is Kiros. Thanks again for helping us, and, well, hopefully we can help you.
Hello, Ted, if you like. I'm Bruval.
I go, I'm Rune, and I hold out my hand. Like, it's a pleasure to actually meet your acquaintance.
Pleasure's all mine. And as he gets closer, he's about 10 feet away. I need you all to make Constitution saving throws. As the stench that hits off this guy is like a mix between like moonshine and demon ichor.
Doesn't smell much worse than me. 17.
I got bodied with a 4.
3.
5.
Okay. I believe it was Rune that rolled a pretty good one, right?
I rolled 17?
Okay. It was Bruville. Okay. Bruville, this entity smells bad. The rest of you are poisoned by this stench. It just seeps in and just makes you nauseous. And as he gets closer, the general like hazy heat of this area seemed to obscure some of his visage. Definitely not a frog in any degree. His mouth is full of sharp teeth. His hands are claws. He has ridges of spikes on his back. And the way it carries itself is definitely not of your world. Rest of you can get in the back. Pretty one. Gestures to Augusta. I want you in the cabin with me, and I can show you how to operate this vehicle.
You need a bucket.
I would love a bucket. As a sign of solidarity.
I toss the river water guck out of the bucket onto the ground, and if you have to
hisses and steams.
There's a whole river. I'll get more later.
I take a second to druid craft some nice smelling herbs into like a flower crown and put it on her head to try to like clear the air a little bit inside the cabin.
Okay. So, Rune, Kairos, and Bruville, you get into the back of this truck. This bear-like entity that it doesn't necessarily smell as bad as its frog-like companion, but it is off-putting, and it just seems to be like panting. and you can see around its neck on a dark metal chain is a coin that's about like 5 centimeters wide, and depicted on it is like a devilish face that is screaming. And Augusta, as you get into this cabin, you sit next to this individual. It's a lot of this space, so you're kind of pressed against the door, and it shows you generally the levers and pulls out one of these other coins and presses it into a slot on this machine. There's a droning scream that gets drowned out by this revving engine, and it takes off over the bridges. The rest of you kind of have to catch yourself on the lip of this truck, and you begin making your way bumpily through this junkyard. It seems like this entity takes as many jumps as it can, just because it can. So you're holding on for dear life. And eventually, about an hour drive, maybe less than, actually probably less than that, comes to a screeching. These tires on this metal, setting up a shower of shrapnel and pieces of something.
As we are getting ready to get out of the car, I'm going to slide some dried meat towards the bear creature.
Okay. Its tongue lashes out and wraps around this meat and kind of pulls it into its mouth and begins to eat it. Make an animal handling check. For viewers, I know it's not an animal. I'm just saying to do it.
$12?
Okay. Its tongue lolls out and kind of slaps against the metal, and it pervades your mind with its voice. Much appreciated. More?
Sure. And I give it a little more.
It continues to eat this food as Ted steps out of the truck. Dale, stop messing around with that genasi. We got work to do. So you all know the way. I can make a fire if you'd like to be able to find my, place of living. Or you can just follow the river. You know where it goes. Find the creature, bring it back.
Okie dokie.
Sure, it sounds super easy.
Well, it's better than doing nothing. Let's go. Is the entity still singing right now? Can we hear it?
You are, you're not able to hear at this moment, no.
Maybe once he drives away?
I still kind of know the direction where it's coming from. Could I kind of guide us closer to it?
Sure. As you all get out of this this machine, Augusta, you think that you got a pretty good handle of how to control one of these if you take whatever machine he intends on giving you, and he just kind of chuckles to himself, looking at all of you. Bring it back. I want to know what it is. He slams the door. The creature lashes its tongue out towards you, Rune. That little Dale creature kind of lashes it out and just kind of it seems like it would like lick you, and its tongue might hurt you, so it does kind of hit the ground near you. Before.
Bye. Have a good day.
And as the truck begins to move away, the tongue is still like near you for a good 30 feet before the tongue retracts into this creature's mouth, and the truck vanishes. And you begin to make your way towards where you thought this entity was.
Cool.
I'd like to welcome all the raiders. Thank you so much for coming to Junkyard Wars, my nine hells one shot. The party is currently in a junkyard in Avernus, and they are trying to find some kind of entity that is singing music with. So, Rune guiding the group. Rune, make a survival check.
$14.
Okay. You think that you have a pretty good concept for where this creature is, and you're going to make your way that way. The rest of you following closely behind is Rune. So if Rune is the one that is trying to track this entity, Bruville, Kiros, and Augusta, which one of you are kind of keeping an ear out? I'll say two of you can roll if you want, or one of you can roll with advantage, so you can kind of decide that amongst yourselves.
I'm keeping an eye out for cool things that I can steal, pick up. So I'm probably watching the ground. It's closer to me anyway.
Gotcha. So, do Kiros and Augusta, do you want to roll yourself, or do you want to give Bruville advantage on this roll?
I'll take a roll. I figure Augusta is bringing up the rear and making sure nothing sneaks up.
Bruville, Augusta, you could both make perception checks then.
$17?
Bruville, what did you roll?
Oh, was I rolling?
Yes, if you could.
18.
Okay. You both are kind of keeping an ear out, an eye out, making sure that nothing around is going to cause any kind of trouble. And you do begin to hear a sing-song voice. Now, do any of you speak Celestial?
I do.
Okay. When you hear the sing-song voice, it is not unintelligible singing. What you hear is Zariel, where are you? I don't know where I am, Zariel. And you're pretty sure you know where this is, or at least where this entity could be. So once you kind of get a good pinpoint on where it is, how are you approaching?
Still gonna take a slow approach. Don't want to approach too fast. Maintaining stealth. I need to see what we're going after right now.
Are the rest of you in accordance with that, being sneaky in your movements?
Yeah, that sounds fine with me.
Okay. Then, for any of you who want to you can roll a stealth check then. D20 plus your dex and proficient in stealth, plus your proficiency as well.
27.
11.
17.
$22.
Okay. Most of you are able to keep quiet. Bruville, you're dragging your feet a little bit. You kick like a can of some kind of beans, empty and severely destroyed. But you definitely do. You make a little bit of a noise. But the rest of you are able to hold your own, and you think you do pretty well as you kind of go over a lip of this metal junkyard, and you see this small flying entity. Best described, it is slightly glowing. It is a little winged elephant.
Oh, that's so cute.
How little is little?
It's not little. It's maybe the size of like a gnome. It's maybe like 3 feet tall if it was standing. And it's kind of flying around and making this sing-song voice. Sing. I believe it's curious you're able to understand Celestial. Is that right?
That is on my sheet, yes.
Okay, perfect. It's still saying this. Zariel, I don't know where you are. I can't find you.
If I'm not mistaken, everyone, that sing-song thing is asking for someone named Zariel. Who are you? Where are you? Pardon me. I don't know. Do you guys? We have 2 choices here. No, I'm out of curiosity. How far are we from the entity right now?
30 feet.
We have a choice. I might be able to strike it with an arrow, or do you guys want to try persuading it to come
What?
with us?
No, don't shoot it. Look at it. It's looking for something. We should talk to him.
And if it keeps singing, then our friend Ted there might not help us out anymore.
Well, I mean, we talk to it first and figure out. Maybe it just willing to come and say hi. We don't know.
You're pleasant enough. Go for it. And if not, then I'm going to hit it with an arrow later if your plan doesn't work. Which I have a feeling it won't. But hey, you know what? I'm going to trust you.
Well, I don't speak what it speaks. But I can help you talk to it nicer if maybe you kind of get a little... Can you talk nicer?
All right. I will do my best.
All right, I pat him on the arm and cast guidance.
I will get out my net and just get it ready for throwing in case I need to throw my net. But like hiding, like, no, I'm not getting out a net. No.
All right, let's go ahead, and I'm going to approach the tiny winged elephant entity.
Okay.
Remember, be pleasant.
Are you trying to get as close as possible before speaking, or do you just kind of appear, maybe make a little bit of noise so that it seems like you weren't trying to sneak up to it?
Let's not alarm the thing. I'm gonna make a little noise so that it's not threatened. I don't want to.
As you make a bit of noise, you hear in your head, not necessarily in Celestial, but just in your head, kind of the same as the other entities spoke out. Who's there? And as you
Don't be alarmed.
As you kind of appear, it darts towards you. Oh! in your head, like, oh, are you here to help?
I am, yes, here to help. I couldn't help but hear that you were looking for Zariel. Is that correct?
Are you speaking in Celestial? Oh, back in Celestial. So Kairos is speaking in a language that sounds sing-songy, but the way that he speaks, potentially, it's not necessarily as beautiful. It's kind of flat knowledge of language, but not the cadence. So they seem to be speaking to each other. I think that Kairos is also kind of sharing what he's learning. So begins to speak to you in Celestial. Oh yes, I don't know. I woke up here and my head hurts and I can't find Zariel.
Well, you're all alone, so it seems dangerous out here. Perhaps you can join us. We can help you find Zariel. Would that be agreeable? Okay. Look, my party is with me. Follow me, and I'll take you back to my party, and we can go find Zariel.
A persuasion check. That is a d20 plus your charisma, and proficient in persuasion. It's plus that.
Can you repeat that again, please?
A d20 plus your charisma, plus if you're proficient in persuasion, plus your proficiency.
Has it been less than a minute?
It has been, so you can add a d4 to that as well.
(17 plus 1 is 18).
It seems to it darts towards you and attempts to give you a hug if you would prefer allow it to.
I'm going to allow it to hug, and I will lightly pat it back because I have no idea what's going on right now.
As it gets close to you, you immediately feel a little bit at ease. It's not extreme in any degree, but just the existence of this entity is kind of like a teddy bear to a child. Just it's comforting.
That unease is now starting to wear off then, and well, you're welcome. Follow me and I'll lead you back to my friends and we can help you out.
Okay.
As we see this happen, I kind of look over to Ruvel and Augusta and I go, well, that seems like it's going better than I expected.
Definitely better.
I still have my net.
I think we're good on the net, but keep it handy. You never know.
Do your friends speak Celestial as well? You would know that they do not.
I believe I'm the only one that can understand you. I apologize, but I can definitely give word for them if you need to say anything. They're, I guess, a friendly bunch if you'll travel with us. By the way, I need to ask, who is this Zariel you're talking about?
Zariel's my companion. Oh, I forgot to say, my name is Lulu.
Lulu. Hi, my name is Kairos.
Kairos.
Please, yes, my friends here are, please meet Rune, Ruvel, and Augusta. Now, again, we'll have to speak through me, understandably. Okay, so Zariel, so your companion, you said?
Yes.
And you don't remember how you got here?
Well, sure. I came to sunder the evils of the hells. Specifically, hold on. And just kind of as it kind of comes into view, the rest of you can see in full view this entity, and it begins to speak out.
Look, everyone, am I able to speak common and make sure the celestial being doesn't hear what
Potentially, yeah. As long as it doesn't understand.
Perhaps I was wrong about this being. What do? This one wants to fight the evils and perhaps get out of here. I'm rethinking the original mission. What do you all think? This one does seem pretty friendly enough.
Well, I mean, we haven't met anyone evil, so we could all hang out for a little bit and then go our separate ways. He only just wanted to see what your friend was.
So should we take Lulu back?
Well, if Lulu wants to, it's completely up to Lulu, I think.
We should try to figure out if Lulu is able to get themselves or even us out. If they can, there might be a better lot to throw in with than Dread Ted.
I'm just happy to have made so many new friends today. It's been a very long time since I've met so many people.
I understand. Well, pleasure's all mine, but we need to get out of here. I turn back to Lulu.
I would like to know, does Zariel is also tiny flying?
Lulu, is Zariel also like you? What I know, or what we all would call an elephant. Does Zariel look much like you, or is Zariel anything different? What does Zariel?
No, Zariel's not a Holophant like me. Zariel looked like angel. Are you proficient in religion?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then if you can roll a religion check for me.
No, 22. Sorry.
As Kairos kind of translates back what this entity says, it dawns on you kind of the history of Avernus. It's that Zariel originally was an angel, but through some dark dealings had changed and become the fiendish of this place. You never heard of Lulu. You've heard of Polyphants before. They're darling companions of Celestials.
Wait, Zarya? Oh, I've heard I've heard that name before, and it doesn't seem that nice. Why is such a cute little Holophant wanting to look for somebody like Zariel? He's a fiend.
My companions, Lulu, are telling me Zariel may not be the nicest figure. Is this true?
There's a bit of a pause as its eyes, which are kind of glowing, and it kind of twinkles in its appearance as it kind of thinks, and its glow, and it kind of lowers itself to the ground. A little bit of tears dropping to the ground, and when they do, it kind of wipes away any of the grossness of the ground. Seems to clear it up, and then rises back up. I don't remember, but if Zariel is not okay, I can help. Just please take me to Zariel.
So we have a choice. This is the being that Ted wanted. Did Ted leave us with the war machine? Do we
No.
do we still have access to that? We don't. We're on foot right now. Okay.
Correct.
We can either bring Lulu back to Ted, but something tells me that perhaps maybe we should just go split and forget that quest. Maybe Lulu can help us get out of here. What does everyone think?
I mean, I hate going back on my word, but if all my friends want to do that, then I'm up for it.
I'm not opposed to getting a war machine. Also, dibs on the war machine.
Okay, you can't be the only one to have the war machine.
I called dibs.
What? You didn't. Fine.
Well, if I recall correctly, everyone, Ted said all he wanted was for the singing to stop. This didn't exactly mean, and I apologize, having to kill the being. If we can convince Ted maybe that the singing has stopped because we're taking Lulu with us, perhaps we can get a war machine, we fulfill our agreement, and then we can all move on our merry way.
What if we help Lulu on the condition that Lulu comes with us afterwards and meets Ted, and maybe we'll have like a nice brunch or something?
Okay, let's go for it. What do you got? What is it?
Is the thing of I don't know that we're going to necessarily Lulu an audience, or that we even want to be anywhere. And
Well,
if
what if-
Lulu is somehow
I was just thinking, what if Zariel sees Lulu again and remembers like all the good in him by seeing his friend again, and then everyone's happy at the end?
It is a possibility. Also, maybe we do it in a war.
Look, we're not going to get much further if we keep traveling on foot. I think that war machine might be helpful. Bruville seems very intent on it. We just need to convince Ted that the singing will stop because Lulu's coming with us and we'll be far away. Far away. It seems like the best option.
I mean,
Well,
he
you seem
did
to have
say-
good plans.
He said bring it back in one piece. I said two, he said one.
I think getting Lulu to talk is a pretty good start.
So shall we all head back to Ted? Are we in agreement? Do we want to do this?
Also, have Lulu not speak at all.
Lulu, listen to me very carefully. We need
is
to go.
Is everything okay?
Everything is okay. Totally fine. What we need to do, we need to get to our contact. Our contact is going to help us get a machine that can help us move faster around here. The one thing I need you to do is stay quiet, okay? No matter what happens, do not make a sound. Can I trust you to do that?
Its trunk kind of like curls up into itself, and it kind of curls up into a ball a little bit, and you hear in your head telepathically, "Yes, I can be quiet."
Lulu says that they can be quiet. I think this might be our best bet. We're going to need that war machine to keep going, keep moving, and get out of here faster. Otherwise, we're walking on foot, and we're going to be stuck here for a long, long while. Shall we move forward?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we're all going to head back in the direction of Ted. Lulu, stay with me. If you have any questions, Lulu, just speak with me. But no matter what, just stay as quiet as possible, please. And back to Ted.
As we make our way back to Ted, Rune's gonna take out some of the things she was working on the train, which are little like bangles, and just put them over, or hand one to Lulu and like drape it over the tusks near her trunk. She's like, "We're friends."
Are
In
we?
your head, you each will have Lulu would introduce themselves, and then Tarun. Hi, I'm Lulu. I like what you've given me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I think you're really sweet.
All right, let's make haste back to Ted then.
Yeah. It's fairly easy for you to because you kind of retrace your steps and then retrace the roads that seem to be made by these war machines. It's difficult to traverse on foot, and it really comes to the realization that like if you don't get a war machine, you're not going to get out of here. So there's physically no way to do so. Lulu is quiet the entire time, not making a peep. It slows. She slows her wings a little bit. It's kind of bobbing up and down to soften the gentle chiming that seems her general presence. And you eventually go over a large hill, and you can see down below the 3 bridges that lead into the center area, the center mound where Ted's house is. And you see his truck is there, and you see one of these dog-like entities just kind of scrounging around at the water's edge.
Ted is familiar with us, everyone. Should we announce that we're back?
Of course, Ted's cool.
Maybe, Lulu, how do you feel about, being underneath a blanket?
Tyrus, you translate, I assume.
Lulu, can you wait underneath a blanket for us while we negotiate everything?
In your head, you both hear, yes, I don't mind that if that would help.
Perfect. Lulu,
Am I
make
in
it happen.
danger?
Yes, I have a blanket.
If there is any danger, we'll do our best to protect you, but right now the safest thing is for you to stay hidden under the blanket.
Oh, thank you. So you drape a blanket over Lulu. Is Lulu gonna follow you, or are you telling Lulu to stay hidden?
Lulu, does anybody want to stay behind with Lulu? Perhaps it might be best if we don't have Lulu close. I got a bad feeling that if Ted sees Lulu and thinks that the scene could potentially start again, it could get bad.
I mean, he didn't seem like mad about the singing. He just seemed curious.
I will go in up to the house and say, hello, we have a thing with, it's quiet now, we did it, give me car. Please.
All right. I'm gonna stay behind just barely with Lulu for the time being. Ruville, if you can let Ted know, we'll be in vision of him. I'll be right behind you, not too terribly far, but of course not too close. That way, if anything happens, we can at least back you up. Ted did say he wanted to see it, so we might not have no choice but to reveal. But at least if we're by Lulu, we can protect Lulu. Is that okay with everyone?
Well, of course we're going to protect Lulu, but I don't think we have to. I think everything's going to go perfectly fine. And before Bruval walks up to the door, I'm going to cast Guidance.
We definitely also want to maybe position ourselves at some kind of choke point, just in case things do go south. Maybe at the mouth of one of the bridges.
I can agree with that.
I mean, it's better safe than sorry, like my mom always said.
Augusta, you remember, as you're kind of surveying this, you see Ted's truck is there, and you also remember that around these bear-like entities, they do have one of those soul coins just hanging from it. So if you were to take one of those soul coins, you could potentially take Ted's truck, if need be, because you had seen the inside and seen how it was used.
Rune, do you have any more meat on you?
I mean, I have tons that came in my rations, but I'm a vegetarian.
I think it would be really useful for us to keep building our rapport with Ted and by extension his little friends. I think it would be really helpful if you were to feed some more meat to the one you were making friends with. And maybe while you feed them, I can pet them so that we can be friends.
Oh yeah, we're good buddies. They love me. And then
I'll
get
go
my
ahead.
snacks ready.
Do you want me to take the meat up? Am I going to alone back to the door? Because I will. I'm not scared.
I can go with Bruval.
I need to
Okay.
stay back with Lulu.
I'll go partway with you guys and then, have the snacks ready for me and my friends. We're going to have a great time.
Yeah, if you'd like to feed them before we get Ted, I want to try to maybe pickpocket the coin off of one of them.
I mean, Dale's my favorite, so I think we're going to get along fine. And who knows, we might even just give it to us because we're friends and all.
Maybe, definitely.
I'm okay. Usually, yes, I am all for stealing. However, he said he would give us another. Do I see another car, war machine around?
Make a perception check. He had said he had another one for you. He was willing to give you if you gave him.
I
the entity.
do not. I rolled a 1.
Okay. No, you do not see.
Stealing is maybe plan 2. Plan 1.5.
Stealing's really mean to do to friends.
Definitely plan B. But this is just, in case plan A goes south and we're no longer friends.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and let's let him know we're back.
Yeah, I'll start walking up like I did before. You can see me from far away. I'm making noise. Walking
Okay.
up. Hey,
Bruville,
buddy.
Bruval and Augusta, you begin to make your way up ahead. Rune staying behind, but still going to the maybe like halfway across the bridge behind them. And Kairos, you're staying with Lulu at the mouth of the bridge with her hidden. If I remember that correctly. Sure. Bruville and Augusta, you've been to make your way across. You see the demonic dog-like entity, or it's not a dog-like entity, it's more like a bear. Bear-like entity notices you almost immediately and begins to bound its way across and begins to sniff the air. It's tough to really tell because it's just like a mouth of razor-sharp teeth. His tongue just lashed out into the air, just kind of waves around.
Rune goes, wait. Hold there. And
Rune,
she grabs some of the meat from her pocket and throws it up.
As you're doing that and looking, make a perception check.
That'll be a 25.
Okay. This specific one seems like it's not the one that you had befriended. There's a slight variation in its armored shell that's kind of on its body. There's some kind of maybe spots, but it seems to be welcoming, potentially, or hungry. So,
Hey, buddy, how are you doing? And then treats.
okay, make a dexterity check. Are you tossing the treats, or are you just gonna run up and feed it with your hand?
I'll toss because I saw the barbs in their mouths before. Dex check, you said?
Correct.
20.
You're not proficient with throwing jerky. Okay.
Wait, did you hear me say 20?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were just
Sorry.
asking. Okay, sure. No, that's fine.
No. I
Easily
wasn't sure
enough.
if I stopped pressing the button too quick.
You're fine. I'm gonna talk over you. It happens. You toss this, you lob it really well, and it doesn't even hit this creature before it's just kind of caught out of the air and pulled into its mouth. And it slides its feet, prepares itself, and like a blast of heat through Bruvil's head, Augusta's head, and Rune's head, you hear food.
You want more of it?
Kind of slaps the ground with his tongue. Bruville and Augusta, you make your way forward. Did you find?
Is that Ted?
No. This is the telepathic sound that these creatures make towards you. It seems like it was maybe on watching for you.
Yes, sure. Where is Ted?
Ted's away.
We were maybe too fast. Can we wait inside?
It kind of backs up and then begins to move towards the hut, and then just kind of stands outside of it. Yes.
Oh, it's a yes. Okay. I'll call down out to the others. Ted is not here. We can wait inside.
Lulu, listen very closely. Again, just stay very quiet. Stay close to me. Don't make a sound. We're going inside the hut, okay? I'm going to protect you as best as I can. Or rather, we will protect you as best as we can. But again, I need you to stay as quiet as possible. Okay?
Hut. It just kind of clings to your back, and begins to shiver against your back behind it. Oh no! Why are we going to the hut?
That's where our contact is, Lulu. If this pans out well, we get out of here scot-free. Let's go meet up with the other.
Why is your contact in the hut of that creature? Still clinging to you, so you can begin to make your way if you'd like.
Definitely making our way.
Okay. You're able to make your way the bridge, and you're all on this small island. This entity is just kind of waiting and looking.
To the entity, where is Ted? That's the one whom we spoke to earlier.
You say that to the to this Tucker. You think you heard him say?
Yes.
Tucker responds in your head. I'll be back soon. You can wait inside.
Group, I don't know if we can wait much longer. The longer we stay here, the higher chance we are stuck here. I'm kind of thinking Plan B might be our only option.
Which one was B again? I forgot, because I thought everything was going to go okay.
We might need, if there's anything resembling a war machine.
You do see Ted's war machine is there. It's like parked a bit behind it, behind this hut you had saw when you came here. So the fact that Ted's not here, I mean, if you went on foot, he must not be very far.
Ted's war machine is there. We could make a getaway for it. Augusta, do you remember how to operate the machine?
GTA, I'm ready for it.
Remind me, the bear-like creatures are Dale and Tucker, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I thought. Well, maybe we could ask Dale or Tucker for one of their little gemmy necklacey thingies and just say we're gonna borrow it for a second because it's an emergency and we really need to go talk to Ted.
All right, go ahead and ask. But I'm gonna keep my bow ready if I need to start firing. Time's of the essence here. Again, the longer we spend down here, the less chance we have of making it out alive. We need...
Can we guidance ourselves? Because I have a charisma of +1.
Before you ask him, maybe just give him tons and tons of meat.
Well, I already gave tons and tons of treats, so guidance on me.
Okay.
And then, it's only Tucker that's out here, right?
As far as you can tell, yeah.
Hey, Tucker, how are you doing? Can we borrow your little necklace and maybe go and find Ted? Because we really need to talk to him, and we're kind of slow. I'm a rock.
No.
But maybe? We're friends, right?
I'm supposed to keep it safe.
Okay, what if we borrowed it and you came with us in the back? And then you make sure it was safe.
I think it's a good idea.
You're not lying to it, so make a persuasion check.
That's a natural one.
Oh, okay. I'll make it easy then. It slides its foot back, and its tongue lashes out towards you.
I tried to dodge.
Okay. Does an 18 hit you? Okay.
Yep, hits.
Perfect. This barbed tongue wraps around you and pulls you towards it. You are restrained, and as these barbs sink into you, you take 16 points of piercing damage, and I need everyone to roll initiative. So when you roll initiative, you would add a d20 plus your dexterity, unless you have a bonus to initiative.
16.
24.
19.
Also 19.
I'll allow you both to go on the same turn. You can kind of just choose which ones you want to go first. Okay. Well, I mean, roll
You
the
can go
nat
first.
once. That's nice.
I'm sorry. Am I going first?
Okay. So, who rolled? Which ones? I'm sorry.
I was 19.
Same
Okay.
at 19.
I got 24.
16.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I had it all correctly.
How far away am I from everyone?
I'll say you were kind of hanging back a little bit. So you're maybe 15 feet away from them. Rune is right next to this entity. And it was... So the entity is maybe like 30 feet away from you. But all in all, the first person to go is Augusta. What would you like to do? As this entity grabbed and pulled Rune towards it.
Well, I think it's pretty clear. We'll go and play and see at this point. I think I'll just boop my whip. One sec, sorry.
No worries.
Hopefully a 25 hits.
It does hit.
Room being restrained, I don't imagine she's posing a threat to it, but would my sneak attack proc here?
Rune is technically still because it's not. It hasn't wrapped its tongue around like Rune's arms. Rune is still able to use her hands, I believe. They just can't move. So yes, you would get sneak attack.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
That's 23 slashing damage from me.
Okay, is that magical?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Then I think I'll use cunning action to back up as far as I can from it.
Okay, sure. You begin to back away, doing a pretty good amount of damage. You hit across its armor, and it doesn't seem to have as much of an effect as you wish it would have, but still, that was a pretty hefty hit on it. Yes, the ride in the pickup could definitely have been a short rest. Sure, I'll allow that. So Rune and Kairos, which one of you would like to go first?
Rune, you want it?
Kairos, you can go first, because if it goes multiple rounds, I want to be able to lend support and be later in the turns.
You said I'm like 15 feet away?
Yes.
I have a longbow ranged weapon attack. I'd like to shoot an arrow at it to see if Augusta's already done damage to the entity. Maybe an arrow can do some more damage, maybe get it off of Rune.
Yeah, sure. Make an attack roll as you. So it's a d20 plus your proficiency plus your dexterity.
You said it was d20 plus proficiency plus
your dexterity plus proficiency plus a d20.
Ooh, roll the 20 altogether.
Okay. Yeah, definitely hits. Yeah. Roll your damage.
Nice.
I believe that is a d10.
D10 rolled for 1, not natural 1. That's a 1.
Okay, so it's a d8 anyways, but still, you know what? Because I was wrong, roll a d8, and we'll see if it's higher than that. Because I don't know my weapons immediately.
D8 roll is a 6.
Okay, plus your dexterity, which is what?
Plus 4 makes it 10.
Okay, and is this bow magical?
This bow is not magical.
Okay, so what was the total amount of damage?
6 plus 4 was 10, correct? Yeah?
Okay, yes. So your arrow strikes into it. It doesn't seem to sink in as much as it could have, but it definitely leaves a wound. It definitely strikes it. And do you only have one attack, or do you have multi-attack?
I do have extra attack as well. Does that apply to my long?
Yes. So you can make so it's a d20 plus proficiency plus dexterity.
Definitely gonna attack again, because if one arrow doesn't do it, maybe 2 will. Combined, it was a 13.
Okay. The second arrow seemed to sink in a little bit more, but still doesn't seem to have much of an effect as it could have. But all in all, you've done it. Now we can go to Rune.
All right. Rune is going to kind of look over at Tucker from where she's stuck, grappled, and go, all right. I mean, we are friends, and don't say I didn't warn you. And use her action to take the beast shape of a black bear.
Okay. You're still grappled within its tongue, but now your form shifts, potentially getting a little bit more bulky as you shift into a black bear. Is that a bonus action, or is that a full action to do that?
It's a full action.
Okay. Do you have any bonus actions you want? Well, would you have wanted to have any bonus actions before you had done that?
All of my bonus actions weren't anything applicable right now. They're
Okay,
all
sure.
healing stuff. Everyone's fine.
Alrighty. Then you are a black bear within this creature's tongue wrapped around in it. Okay. Then we can go to Bruville. You can see that Augusta and Kiros are not directly near this creature. Rune is right up to it, and it has Rune in its clutches.
Am I near the hut?
You can be, sure.
Okay. Like, is there like windows or just anything I can like glance over and see inside at all?
The door is open, but there aren't really any windows. This place seems pretty ramshackle.
Okay. In that case, I would like to rage,
Yes.
and I am going to run with my tiny little legs over to the large yucky thing, and I'm gonna hit it with my mace.
All right. Make an attack roll. Now, do you want?
I'm
do you want
sorry,
reckless?
with my maul, not my mace.
Okay. I believe. Can you make it reckless? Are you that level to make it reckless? Because if you are, you could do it. Be at an advantage to attack.
I do not have reckless listed
Okay,
here. No.
that's fine. Make your attack.
24 to hit.
That hits. Yes. Roll your damage as you bring your weapon down onto this creature's probably face.
$17 damage.
Okay. Is that adding your rage damage?
Yes.
Okay. 17. Perfect. And is your weapon magical?
I mean, it's magical to me.
Emotionally magical, sure. Okay.
But no, it's
Good
not.
to know. You strike into it, and your weapon sinks in pretty well into it before pulling it back. You make your second attack.
17?
17 hits, yeah.
$18.
Okay.
I rolled real good.
You did. You chipped a tooth on it as you bring it down and smack it, and it whimpers a bit before hissing, and then it bites at Rune.
I'm just gonna yell at it. Ah!
Yeah. It as it pulls you into its drooling jaws and bites into you. You take. You take 29 points of piercing damage as it sinks its teeth into you and pulls you in even closer. And we'll say it rears up with its claw out towards Bruville.
Come at me, bro.
Okay, I keep missing half of what you're saying. It just bit me, right?
It just bit you, yes. Yeah, you took 29 points of piercing damage. Does a 16 hit you, Bruville?
Yes.
Okay. You take 16 points of slashing damage, halved because you're raging, so 8 points of slashing damage as this creature claws into you. And that's its turn. We go back to Augusta.
So, quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
My being an assassin gives me advantage on someone who hasn't gone yet. Is that just
Okay.
at the very beginning of the fight or at the top of every round?
It would have been at the beginning of the fight.
All right, gotcha. Making sure.
Did you roll with advantage before?
Yes.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That hits.
I think since it seems pretty preoccupied, I'd like to run back up and run it through with my rapier.
Sure, yeah. You get right up onto it and strike into it.
Again, forgive me, this is my first time playing a rogue. Would my sneak attack proc again?
It would, yes. Because you have allies that are harrying it.
So that's 17 with the rapier.
Okay. You drive your blade into it, not nearly as deep as it could have been, but definitely you definitely do it.
And I'll use my cunning action to disengage and back up again.
Perfect. Rune and Kira. Unless Rune you want it to go.
Rune, would you like first action or should I take?
Sure. I'll take it. Alright, grappled and recently bitten. Rune goes, okay, I was being nice because I thought you were nice, but you know, you're just kind of a real big jerk. And she casts Moonbeam.
Okay. You are in bear form, so.
I lost bear form. I ran out of hit points.
Oh, excellent. Even better. Sure. Yes. Yeah. So you drop a beam of energy down onto it. What does that have to do?
So it has to make a con saving throw.
Is that immediately or is that on its turn?
That's immediately.
Okay.
Well, when it enters the area for the first time or starts a turn there. So I think
Okay.
that
So it's on its turn, but I'll keep that in mind.
Sorry?
On its turn, it'll make that because it's probably not going to move.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, I cast second level healing word on myself.
Okay, sure.
So I have 9 points back.
Okay. Excellent. And Kyros, you see Rune's bear form as it's bitten into turns back into Rune, and then Rune drops a beam of light down onto it.
He's still not dead yet, so I have an advantage of being far away. It doesn't feel like I'm threatened by the entity. I'm going for another arrow shot. I'm gonna pelt it from a distance.
Okay.
Roll is complete at 24.
That hits. Roll your damage. That's a D8 plus your dexterity.
5 plus 4 is 9.
Okay. Your arrow strikes into it, and make your second attack.
Definitely making a second attack. That one was a 12.
A 12, unfortunately, strikes off his armor and glances away. Ineffective.
Darn the luck. I have 16 arrows left of the 20 I started.
And Bruville, you are right next to it. It seems to have a pretty strong bite, but it seems to be enjoying its current chew toy. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna hit it again.
Yeah, go for it. Roll your attack.
It's what I do. Uh, 24 again.
Hits.
$13 damage.
Okay, that definitely takes a bit out of it.
It's not down yet? That's in character. Why don't you go down? And I will hit it again.
Yeah,
18 to hit.
hits.
$15 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that one does a little bit more and staying senseless, but it seems to still be standing.
I have a bonus action.
Okay.
And I will do... I've never played a barbarian before. While in a frenzy, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Make it.
So I will use my bonus action to hit it one more time in the face.
Hell yeah. Make it.
A 22 to hit.
That hits.
14 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you still hitting it pretty hard. It's still standing.
Ah!
And this brilliant light above it continues to go. It begins its turn, has to make a con save. Is that right?
Wait, sorry, me?
Right. So it rolled a 22 on your con save. There was a con save, right?
Well, my con save was 16.
Okay. I mean for the moonbeam that's on it. At the beginning of its turn, it has to make that roll, and it rolled a 22 on its con
Well,
save
then
against
it
your spell.
gets half the damage. So
Okay.
let me look at what the damage is.
Sure.
What's your damage, Tucker?
Is Lulu still hiding quietly under the blanket?
Lulu is clinging to Karis's back and shaking.
So that's 9.
9 points.
Yep.
Okay. That as the radiance washes over it, it slides its feet out and tries to stay firm, but it's hurt by this, and it seems to hurt it fully. It's going to bite into Rune again.
Oh, come on!
Does a
Where did it
26
bite me
hit?
at? Oh, yeah.
$32 points of piercing damage. Dooming you still.
What are the rules for instant death again?
I mean, is that over your main hit points?
No, but it's over half of my max once I'm down.
Okay. Interesting. So you have less than 32 hit.
I have 16 hit points. So that's still a lot. I don't math good.
You have 16 hit points left.
Yeah, but that still
Okay.
gives me into half
It does
of
not.
my max.
That does not immediately kill you then. No.
Oh, thank goodness.
No, but the moonbeam does vanish as you go slack in its jaws, and it pulls you even closer in to consume you. And it draws a claw out towards. You've been doing the most to it so far.
My dice are such dicks.
No, the nat one. So it drops Rune to the ground, and screeches out in pain. And that's the end of its turn. Augusta, you are right next to it. You and Bruville are near it. You see Rune on the ground in front of it. It seems angry.
Gonna go ahead and stab it again. Sorry, hard to read the spooky dice. That's not one.
Misses, unfortunately, yes. But nothing bad happens. Do you do anything as a bonus action? You can make an offhand attack.
Yeah. I can make another attack?
An offhand one, sure. With your other hand. So if you had like a dagger, or even if you had, I don't think a rapier you can do it with. But if you had another rapier.
No, I don't have anything in my offhand. Gonna use cutting action to disengage again and then back up.
Okay. Sure. You back away, and it's just Bruville and this creature going at it.
Give Bruville finger guns. I moonwalk away.
Okay. Rune, I need you to roll a death saving throw. As Kyros, it is your turn.
Am I waiting for that roll, or should I go ahead
No.
and act?
You can act.
I got 13.
Success. Okay.
Still got the advantage of range. Go in front of the arrow shot.
Sure. Go ahead.
12 plus 4 plus 3 is 19.
It's
Damage is 7.
okay. Sure. And are you getting a second attack?
Why not? Gotta keep Pelton away. That's an 8.
Unfortunately, that is not able to pierce its infernal hide. Well, it's abyssal hide. It glances off of it, ineffective.
I have
Staying where you
still staying where I am because I have Lulu with me. Lulu, just stay calm. We're almost done here. If I have to charge Lulu, I'll let you know when to let go. And here's hoping. I have 14 of 20 arrows.
Okay. I'm scared.
I understand. We're almost done here. You have to be strong, okay? Just be strong.
Okay. Bruville, you are facing off against this creature alone.
That's how I like it. If I can like position myself between Rune and the mouth.
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah, you stand over
Kind of.
Rune.
Scoot over a little bit. Bite me! 14 to hit.
14 unfortunately misses. As you strike against its hide, it kind of shoves its shoulder forward. Your weapon glances off.
Okay, the second one was 22 to hit.
That'll hit, sure.
$16 damage.
Okay, sure.
And then, as I hit it again, I wanna just yell, "It can the little elephant help? Help!"
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
No, my third hit.
Okay.
Will be 23.
That'll hit, sure.
$16 damage.
Okay. It seems to not like you at all. All right. And at the beginning of its turn, it is going to wrap its tongue. It's going to launch its tongue past you and towards Augusta.
Could not.
Does a 19 hit you?
Just barely.
Okay, sure. Its tongue wraps around you and drags you towards it. What is your speed?
$30.
Okay, yeah. It is just able to do so. It seems to have a 30-foot long tongue. As it drags you all the way across quickly, it kind of wraps around you and then lifts you up into the air and then down towards it, dropping you down next to it, and rakes a claw almost absent-mindedly at Bruville.
Is it hitting me again?
Yes, it hits you again. Does the 26 hit you?
Yes.
You take 18 points of slashing is halved to 9.
Ah!
And its foot comes down almost too close to Rune's body as it kind of stomps into it. But that's the end of its turn. Augusta.
I don't appreciate being dragged, so I'm gonna shank it with my long shank.
You have disadvantage on your attack. As you are being held by this creature still, so you have just disadvantage to hit. So roll twice and take the lower roll.
All right. Why can't I math? Does a 20 hit?
20 hits, yeah.
All right. Oh, math. That's 25 damage.
As you strike into it still, it sinks in pretty deep, yeah. Anything else you want to do?
I'm currently grappled, right?
You are, yes. So your speed is 0.
Should try to break out of that. Yeah, not much I can do. I will just turtle, hope that it doesn't hit me because I'm...
Okay. The little creature is just shaking against Kyros's back, and it just kind of crawls up onto Kyros's shoulder and chimes out in Celestial. And Rune, you heal 6 hit points. Your eyes flutter open, still hearing this creature roaring around. And you have the initiative.
I'm sorry, I missed that last bit.
You have the initiative, so you are able to act on your turn now.
Okay, give me 1 sec to look at my spells because I was
That's fine.
prepared to be
We
dying
can
a little
go.
more.
We can go with Kyros then, and then you can go after him. So Kyros, you have the initiative as you saw or you felt this little movement, and then you heard this little chiming voice, and you saw a glittering magic around Rune.
You think my arrow could shoot off the tongue that is restricting Augusta? And would that allow Augusta?
Potentially, you can make an attack roll at disadvantage. So you roll twice and take the lower roll.
The lower of my 2 rolls has come out to a 14.
Fortunately, 14 misses. As you try to aim for it, and you just glance past it, striking against the ground behind it. But you could try again if you like.
Gonna go one more time.
Okay. At the tongue still?
At the tongue.
Okay. As a note, this creature is seeming angry and manic. Its movements are quicker.
Oh my gosh, I'm rolling so my dice are terrible. Rolled a 9 because of this.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is it doesn't even get as close as the other one did. You feel a bit of shake in your hand and a little bit of vibration on your shoulder from your little friend Lulu is also scared. Okay. Is that the end of your turn? You don't do anything else?
I have nothing else I can do.
Okay. Rune, it's your turn. As you are on the ground next to the...
All right. Can I do a 20-foot cube that hits only the creature and none of my allies?
Easily.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast Erupting Earth and send a 20-foot cube of earth jutting out of the ground to hit the creature, and he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 7. As the metal, the random scraps that seem to make up this island erupt upward with earth beneath it.
That is 27.
Damage?
Yes.
Okay, how would you like to do this?
I have to hit the button. I'm just going to throw my fist down in like a fit of rage, and as I do, the earth comes crashing up to like meet my will and throws that thing up, kind of like Team Rocket in the original Pokemon, and it just jettisons out into the atmosphere.
Okay. Augusta, make an acrobatics check for me.
Do I add anything, or is that just a straight check?
If you acrobatics, you would add your it's a d20 plus your dexterity plus if you have proficiency, you would add proficiency in acrobatics.
That's just 15. I didn't actually pick acrobatics with mine.
That's fine. Easily enough, you are jettisoned upward with this creature, but you can see this soul coin around its neck. You grab at it and kick off of it, and kind of do a twirl in the air, landing on top of this scrap metal hut. It kind of gives way a little bit underneath you, as it seems to be very poorly crafted. But this entity launched, and it disappears. You see a cloud of smoke where it lands, potentially. And you have in your hand a soul coin.
Did you say that she landed on the hut and it's like... I just wanted to see if there was anything cool I could take in there.
Yeah, I guess land on top of the hut, but it didn't fall inward. It just kind of creaked shoddily.
Everybody get in the war machine. I will be right. And I would definitely want to go in the hut and just give it a good...
Okay. Sure. You go inside the hut. What are the rest of you doing as Bruvo get the spoils?
Making a beeline for Betsy.
Okay, sure. You go into the truck. The door seems to have been unlocked because who's going to steal my truck? And you don't understand, so you're sitting there and wait for your friends?
I'd like to retrieve some of the arrows that I shot.
Oh, sure. Easily enough, you're able to get some of them that were in the creature. Really, any of them that hit. So you're able to get like half of them, but it's
okay, then I collect 5 of the arrows if we're going with the half, and make it a beeline right after that for the warp.
Okay, sure. And Rune?
Rune kind of just crosses her arms and goes, well, that was too much like home for my liking, and goes into the war machine.
Okay. Bruville, when you go inside, you can see a cot that is stained, and the entire place reeks. It stinks. You do see a rusty chest. You try to open it?
Is it too big for me to just carry the whole thing?
Make a strength check.
That is a 7.
You grab it and make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh, 23.
Okay. As you cut your hand on the rusty metal of this, you only take 8 points of slashing damage, and also you don't get tetanus. That's nice. This chest seems to be a little too unwieldy for you to carry. So, in the last ditch moment, you'd like to try to open it.
Yeah, I will. Whichever one looks like it'll work more, like smashing the lock with the maul, or like if it's just latched and like I can open it.
Sure. It seems like the lock was chewed off. So you are able to open it up, and within you find some scraps of cloth and a golden skull. Its eyes have black gems in them, and there's a gem on its forehead as well as a third eye.
Okay, I have picked up many things that hurt me. So I'm going to try and like wrap it in a piece of cloth.
Sure. Yeah, there's enough cloth that
Stick it in
you'd
a
be able to
pocket.
do so. Yeah. Okay. You
And
wrap
then
it up
book
as best
it.
you can.
And
Okay.
I'm done. Yeah.
All right. And you make your way to the war machine.
There was
Augusta,
nothing in there. Nothing good at all. Just a dirty bed.
I mean, it figures. He didn't seem to have a whole lot. He had a really nice hat, though.
Okay. And Augusta, you put the soul coin where you're supposed to put it in. What's your Constitution modifier, Augusta?
-1.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Natural 20.
Okay. As you hear a voice in your head cry out, "Oh, you must be, are you a hero?" And you feel yourself like begin to daze, but you're able to shake it off, and you place the soul coin in, the machine powers up, and do you do anything before you set off?
Definitely not a hero. And then just fell to the metal.
Okay. And the machine starts up and takes off. You probably fit 3 of you in the cabin with 1 of you in the back, however it ended up, and you beeline it out over the bridge and into the junkyard, making your way out potentially, or onto more horizons, because you are in hell. And that's where I can end it for tonight. So thank you all for tuning in. This was the 7th of 12 epic one-shots featuring the newest D&D supplement, Baldur's Gate: Descent into Avernus. Thank you again to Will Crossweight for our intro music and Angela for the intro video. You can find them on Twitter at Crossweight Music and at Darling_Gypsum, respectively. Please check out our sponsors, Rolled Anvil and Die Hard Dice. We can now do the giveaway, so we can get that going. And while we're doing that, I'll tell you a bit about myself, and then everyone can talk about themselves. So hi, I'm Zach. You can find me on the Nerdsmith Public Discord. You can also find me on Twitter at DuskFeyDruid. And one thing I'm really working on that I would hope that you would look for is on Fridays I play in a Ghost of Saltmarsh game on this same channel. So we could then go out. I'm sorry, Velvet, for not allowing you to introduce yourself in the beginning, so we can start with you.
Oh, thank you, and no need to apologize. Hardware on my Velvet. You can find me on the interwebs almost everywhere. Sugar. A project I'm really is, in fact, I'm part of the community service stream over on channel. The drum up support for the new Trinity module.
Okay. Punicorn, would you like to go?
Yes, I am Punicorn. On Twitter, I am Punicornucopia. And I am a thread raider. And so the first weekend in November, we're doing an extra live stream all weekend. And you can see me and a bunch of my musical friends singing at each other until the wee hours of the morning. And it'll be ridiculous. And then also we're going to be playing a bunch of other kinds of games. I'll be in an all-puppet D&D game. So come and check us out over at the Thread Raiders.
Okay. Thanks for coming here. Andrew, would you like to go?
Certainly. Everybody, thanks so much for joining. My name is Andrew J. Landy, pronouns he, him. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Andrew J. Landy. That's Andrew, the letter J, and then ALANDY. Fun fact for y'all, this is actually probably only my second or third time actually playing D&D, so huge thank you to my entire team here, and especially our wonderful DM for helping me get through this. D&D is serious business, and there's so much to learn, but it's so much fun. One thing you guys I know I'll be looking forward to. I actually did a one-shot for Blank Slate, which is sort of a LARP, so it's improv LARP, their whole storyline. So we finished that, and I'm looking forward to doing a little more with the Blank Slate crew. But above that, if anybody wants to connect and say hi, I would love to speak with any of you, and you are all beautiful people, and I love you all.
Okay, I just posted in the Twitch chat what you just fought, just so you know, so you can see what it looks like. And Amanda, why don't you finish this off?
All right, I'm Amanda. I am a cosplayer, and I'm also working on a few podcasts that are going to be coming out. So if you want to pay attention to when that happens, you can look me up on Twitter at @thelittlestgiant_, because apparently lots of people like that. And then my cosplay Instagram is Geekphoria Cosplay. And then also, if you're at all interested, I am going to be playing on November 9th for Roll for Change for charity at 1 p.m. So you guys should go there. It's a really good cause.
Excellent. Okay, well, we have our winner for our Die Hard Dice giveaway. Congratulations, Dysfemist. So you should be reached out to by one of our moderators to win. Congratulations. Thank you all for being here. The next one shot will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific for the next session of the Nine Hells of a Good Time, entitled Demon Ball Run by Nerdsmith marketing director, writer, and washi tape enthusiast Angela McCain. Thank you, people of Nerdsmith, specifically Logan, for your work into putting into this event, and everyone else who had played and ran games on this. It's an excellent event. Again, thank you so much, and hope to see you on Thursday. So, good night, funky little tieflings.